Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen and I believe in dragons. And I believe there is so little information about the Dragon's Path, even though it's very difficult to talk about the Dragon's Path, because we are all following our own unique path, and all of the dragons are like, yeah, individuals. They are all their own unique mind, their unique energy. So your energy that you are using is your energy, your soul, your spirit, and the inner energy that is inside of it. Once it's awakened by the dragon, it will be more draconic and it will be having more abilities of a dragon. I mean, a human abilities, a human soul, human energy. They can also use magic. They can also manipulate their own soul to do manipulation on outside of the realms. But when you are awakened by the dragon, it means that you are going to have more and more a soul of a dragon that will be more like a child when it's born. And the more that you grow up and came to understand and being closer to the dragon, the stronger your soul, your spirit will become. And this is going to have some consequences, of course, not bad, just to know more about the dragon's path and to be closer about with the dragon. What I call the dragon actually is the most powerful witch ever. Of course, many people will disagree because witch is a title that humans have. But witch even if is in fact something that I call a magic user. But the dragon doesn't use magic, they are part of it. And with part of it, I can say that their soul, they don't even have to say anything, they don't even have to do anything. Magic for the dragon will happen and they will know how to use it perfectly. We will not. We sometimes just are very confused of what we will have to do. What do I have to do? I mean, for so long, for so many years, I had no one to guide me, only the dragon. So all my environment said that I should quit this dragon's path. I should quit because it was actually asking a lot from me. And so a lot of people just didn't recognize me anymore. So I was gone for a while and I was practicing dragon magic and practicing dragon witchcraft, and I wanted to do everything to feel and to see the dragon again, even though I felt the dragon inside of me. I always refused it because I said the dragon, I'm not worthy of the dragon. I can even say it that I'm worthy of the dragon. But that was just because I was not fully awakened and somewhere I wanted to be awakened and I also wanted the dragon to be here so it would happen, so I would understand more about being also a dragon, being a dragon spirit. Um, it's a life force of a dragon that keeps on being here. It's um, something that also happened is that the dragon was with us when we are born, and when were born, of course, you were not awakened yet. Of course, the eyes of the child sees a lot more, but was not able to keep it open, keep being awakened. When you were born, you were going to have a soul of a dragon, but it's asleep, and you need the dragon, your key. I mean, I can say that you are the key for the dragon. Well, they are also the key for you. Without them, nothing will happen and your soul will remain asleep. So you will need a little trigger for them to come to you. So once it happens, when they are with you and when they touch you, it will eventually awaken your own draconic soul, and that from then on your awakening will begin. And an awakening is for none of us the same thing. I mean, the experience is totally different than for the other ones. And like I said, every dragon is different. They are all individuals and they are not the same. I mean, that is why there cannot be a religion. They cannot have leaders because no one knows who your dragon is except for you, and no one knows who you are except for your dragon. And that is always vice versa. And that is also why I say that your dragon is as well the key for you to go to the dragon realms, to have permission to go there and there to have astral projection and to just be with the dragon. Both of you need to have permission to be with each other. Um, for a little while, I even thought that the dragon used some kind of a magic spell on me. I mean, a lot of people said, don't go on the dragon's path, it's something bad or demonic. But even that didn't stop me from going on the dragon's path because I had a lot of love for the dragon. So much love that whatever they are saying, I just didn't care. I just wanted to continue with this dragon's path. Uh, Being awakened is like a rebirth, and when this is happening, then they can say whatever they want. On the dragon's path, we just don't turn our backs. It's just impossible to turn our backs. Not because we are forced to do it, but because we are finding ourselves. And finding ourselves, when we have realized it, what our path, our path is, then we just don't quit it. It's just some people can say, I'm going to try this path, but if you look into the eyes of your own dragon, then you will see yourself into it and you will not be capable of turning your back. And that was happening. While everyone is saying just don't do it, they didn't just realize that this was not a choice. This was something for myself, and this is also something from you. The dragon's path is just not a choice. And I even believed actually that it could be that the dragon is using some kind of a spell on me, so I would be under influence. But no, no, the dragon is not like that. The dragon does not use magic spells for you to be manipulated as being in love with them, I mean, or feel something that is not true. That is not what the dragon can do. They cannot do that. They cannot manipulate uh, the mind that much, so that, I mean, they cannot do this with people outside of the dragon's path as well. I mean, they don't have a connection with them. They don't love dragons, and the dragon does not love them at all. I mean, they are humans, of course. What else do you expect from the beings of nature itself that are being destroyed by them? But they love you very much, and they don't see you as much as a human being or as like one in a million. They are just here because they can sense you from so far away. When you were born, they were triggered, just like you are triggered by a simple image of the dragon. And when this is happening, the dragon will be there once you were born and being able to stand there once you first see the light of day on this side of the veil. Whenever you were going outside, you I mean, the womb of your mother. Um, from that moment, the dragon was there, always be there. But once this happened, like I said, your soul is asleep. It's asleep, and you need your dragon to be awakened. And the only thing actually that I can remember what it does, what can do, what can happen, is that the dragon will have your I mean that you will have your trigger one from seeing a dragon somewhere, and this trigger will be able to free the dragon, and this will be your key as well. Your key is the dragon's touch. The dragons touch on your soul, and they know where your soul is, and they know where the core of your soul is. I know. Once I was awakened, I didn't even listen to the people as well. I visited heaven and hell with this path. Heaven, Leviathan's void, in other words. I mean, heaven is not, Leviathan's void is hell, and heaven is more like the dragon realms. And once you've been there, and you might have been there, when your dragon is there, you might have seen that it's only your dragons, can be. It's only your dragons that you will see, and it will be some kind of a paradise that you don't want to leave. And it's heavily protected by also Leviathan. Leviathan is protecting both heaven and hell. He's the dragon god of the guard. He is protecting both of the guard of the gates, and he is actually protecting all of the gates. And gates should be remain shut, or else you will talk to Leviathan. But Leviathan is a dragon god, as well as your energy is also draconic. So you can even talk with him, with the main dragon god even. He may have seen you may have seen him like the main dragon god, but for me, my main dragon god, for example, is Tiamat, the dragon goddess of the earth. But for many, it's Leviathan, and Leviathan is just the king of the gods. I mean, um, he's actually the one with the last word. Sometimes even dragons fear him. because he's so a guardian for the gates. He's also a guardian for everything that happens. Yeah. So yeah, I'm actually saying that it's not only yeah, the key of the dragon is not only us, but they are also our key. Without them, we just remain plain simple, strange kind of human beings that have a draconic soul, that are the odd ones out in this world, but not fully awakened. When I was awakened, I just didn't know what this world was anymore. I saw dragons, I felt dragons, but I felt also myself growing and growing with the dragon. I actually didn't want this because it hurts how how this earth is looking, how this earth is seeing. Actually, if I could be very honest, maybe it was actually better for me and more easy to be like everyone else and not being on the dragon's path and being like everyone else. But I love the dragon so much, I would never ever turn my back on this. This is complicated to tell to people, especially if they are outside of the dragon's path. I just cannot explain it. It's so darn difficult to explain this. I cannot turn my back on it yet. I can maybe say that it's better to be like everyone else. It's not being better, but easier. It's easier to be ignorant, and it's easier to not know what is going on. When you know what is going on, you have the wisdom of the dragon and the knowledge of the dragon. With the further you go on the dragon's path, you will have more knowledge and wisdom of the dragon, and this comes with a price, of course, that you will not that you will go further and further away from humanity, but closer and closer to the dragon, and you might have find a way to be as well as in between humans and in between dragons, and being somewhere in the middle of it, just like being able to keep your human mind as well as your dragon mind, that you can choose a side, just like light and dark. Don't choose an extreme, but use everything so it might help you. So yeah, that is why I said I cannot turn my back. Maybe this is actually a love spell from the dragon, but the dragon does not need to do a love spell on you. Once they touch you, once you see them, once you feel them, it's going to be a love story in its own. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.